Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly read for November 11th through the 17th. Mercury is in retrograde right now, so forgive me if my words don't come out clearly enough, or more so if I stumble on my words. I've been doing this for the last several days. I love Mercury retrograde. Okay, so your overall energy this week is conscious channeling. This is just a beautiful card in general. It has the meaning of having faith in yourself, allowing things to come to you, new ideas, new thoughts, this beautiful flow of the divine, the angels, spirit guides, ancestors just giving you new information, right? So it's really, really beautiful. It's a renewed connection with your guides, with the divine, with the universe. So it's a really beautiful overall energy for the week. Very, what's the word I want to use, Spirit? It's, see, Mercury retrograde. It's like I forgot the whole dictionary here, guys. It's very much, yes, in the flow, but it's also calming, relaxing almost. Yeah, that's really not the word I wanted to use, but hey. But yeah, it's good. It's overall good, guys. Very good. So let's go into the tarot here and what Spirit has pulled out for you. So the very first card is the Five of Cups in reverse, and this is such a nice card that goes with that conscious channeling card because this is self-forgiveness. This is moving on from things, guilt or not, which we shouldn't feel guilty about anything really, but just like forgiving yourself for past mistakes, or maybe even realizing that those mistakes had to happen so you could learn a lesson. Right? I'm often telling everybody, yes, make mistakes, right? That's how we learn. That's how we learn. So I really like this energy for you. It's still very calming. It's not like, oh, I forgive myself. I'm in tears. I'm crying. I'm releasing in that sense. It's more of just an understanding, right? An understanding to let go of that. And I really, really do like that. And you're moving on from that energy. Because we do have the 10 of Swords here, and this is, deep wounds. This is, could go way back, guys. Things that you've hung on to, things maybe you didn't even remember that happened during childhood, right? And these deep wounds are being healed this week. And part of it is going to be you, right? Part of it is going to be you forgiving yourself, but some of it it's going to, come up, and you're going to think about it for a second, and you're going to let it go. And it's not going to be, like I said, this tragic, very dramatic kind of thing. It is definitely more so of this just release, let go, in the flow kind of, it's very relaxed the way you're letting go of things, which I absolutely do love. And then we have the Two of Wands, right? The Two of Wands. And this is decisions, right? This is, how am I going to move forward? Like we said, we're moving forward. You're thinking about things. You're not necessarily making the decision this week, but you're definitely thinking about it. And it's beautiful because you have the world in your hands. And I think you're kind of realizing that, like, I can make choices and I can change things and I have the power to do so. So that's really just, it's overall just really beautiful. Because then you have the Star card, Aries. And that Star card, that is absolutely your renewal in faith, right? Your spirituality coming back in stronger. This is obviously, perfectly the perfect healing card. Okay, so lots of healing. You are focusing on you this week in a good way. That doesn't mean you're ignoring others, but you're really like, okay. But it's just so calm. I feel like you should put on, some Reiki healing music or something and just sit and listen to it. You can do other things, right? You can write, you can pay your bills, whatever you're doing, but or just taking that time with that kind of music playing in the background, very relaxing. very much healing music, right? Reiki music is very healing. And you don't necessarily have to do anything. That's what I love about this. You know, a lot of times I talk about writing your whatever it is bothering you down so that you can burn it and release it. Like, it's almost like you don't have to do any of that. You just have to be. Like, you just have to be. And that is, I don't think there's a better state, right? Emotionally, mentally, right? I just don't think there is a better state than that. And then you have the moon card in reverse. And this is absolutely talking about releasing those repressed emotions. You're letting go of them. You're really cleaning the slate here. You know, this normally, and it still does, it talks about releasing fears and whatnot, but this isn't releasing fears for you. This is releasing repressed emotions that are, you know, not in your highest good anymore, so you can make space for good to come in. And look, you got the Six of Pentacles here. See the balance? You know, this is putting you right into balance. Your generosity is very, very good right now. And generosity isn't always money, guys. I mean, I'm talking being generous with yourself, you know, forgiving yourself. It kind of goes along those lines for this particular reading. So again, I mean, this whole first 6 cards are just all about this letting go and releasing and healing, but in the most easy, calming way. And I just love that. You don't see that too often. And then you have the Three of Wands. And, you know, the Three of Wands is absolutely, this is expansion for you. Okay, this goes back to the spirituality, feeling that renewed faith and hope and that healing. It's expanding your heart chakra, right? And that is always, always good. I don't think we can ever do enough of that, you know, expanding that heart chakra. So then you have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and this is talking about you coming back into alignment, right? You are absolutely coming back into alignment with your values, with you, with who you are. You know, maybe you've changed a little bit in the way of other people's expectations of you, and it's led you down a path that truly isn't you, right? And sometimes you're like questioning, what is coming out of my mouth right now? That doesn't sound like me, right? Kind of going back to the roots of who you are. And then you have the Lovers card, and, you know, I love this. Like, this can be relationship, guys. This reading could talk about finance. It could talk about love, but it's really not. It's talking about you. I mean, it's really your guides, your ancestors, your angels. You know, the universe is saying, this is all you this week. Okay, this is all about you this week. And it's not selfish, okay? It is not a selfish thing. And again, it doesn't mean you're ignoring people, but you are taking that time. Silence is a big thing for you this week, okay? In the fact of, you know, just having, I mean, I know you guys can hear usually my water fountain in the background, right? That's my form of silence, just listening to that water going, right? Like I said, the Reiki music, like, you're just taking time to be in whatever your version of silence is. And, you know, this card is all about harmony, you know. It really is. It's just nice, beautiful, again, balance, harmony, love for self, though. I really don't think that's talking about relationships in this reading, okay? Well, relationship with yourself. Then you have the Chariot. So what this does for you, okay, what all this does for you is it brings you back into your own willpower, your ability to take action on things that you love, that you want to do, your dreams, your visions, right? And it brings that kind of confidence and willpower back in to lead you to success in those things. So this is very calming here, and then it brings you into this action phase, right? So you can pursue those things, whatever that might be for you. It's going to resonate different for all of you, right? Because you also have the Seven of Wands, and that's perseverance. Absolutely. This is standing your ground. This is, I don't care what other people say. I'm doing what my heart tells me I want to do, what fulfills me. And you just don't care, you know, what, after you let all this go, you don't care about what anybody else thinks, because you absolutely use all of your inner strength to pursue this, right? And you have inner strength. I mean, you're Aries, you have a lot of inner strength, but you're ready to let all of this kind of go, accept it and let it go so that you can move forward, right? so you can move forward with that dream, with that goal, with that life purpose, and you'll use your inner strength to do it. Not that you need it a whole bunch, right? You're not fighting with people necessarily or yourself, but you are standing your ground. You are saying, listen, I don't, I love you, but I don't want to hear it because this is what I'm doing because it's right for me, kind of thing, right? And again, it's not being mean, it's not being selfish. It's just being you, right? And taking care of you. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, Aries, we go to the bottom of the deck here, and you have the Four of Cups. This is you. This is reevaluation, like we're talking about. You're not dissecting necessarily every single thing that's ever happened in your life, but those big things that are coming up that you know are remembering, recalling, you're like, yes, I need to let that go. That's been sitting in my subconscious, holding me back. So I love this, right? Then you have the High Priestess in reverse. This is all about that silence. Okay, so that's where I get the goosebumps. That's where, like, you know, the universe is saying, yes, tell them, you know, if that's the waterfall in the background for you, if that's that Reiki music playing in the background, if it is absolute silence, you know, that's fine too. But just kind of that cozy, warm, and you're still doing other things. I mean, maybe it's something enjoyable, like reading a good book. But it could be like, oh, I'm paying the bills and I've got this Reiki healing music on in the background. I mean, some of you might want to go and invest in, you know, a water fountain like I have. It's just, you know, it's not huge. It's just a small little water fountain in my space. This is my beautiful space, right? And it keeps me calm. Then we have, I love this. Then you guys have Aries. You've got the Empress, and again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's the energy of the card, and what Spirit is saying is that this brings you into this very nurturing stage, full of abundance and warmth. You know, it's a beautiful energy to be in this week. I mean, it's so peaceful. It's just so peaceful. And then we go to the tea leaf cards, guys, and look at what's coming in with this. You've got good news. So some of you, you know, are definitely going to hear some good news, whether that be from family, work, you know, you're just going to hear some good news. And I love that. And because you're going to be ready for it. You're going to be ready for it because you've made this space. And then you have the needle and thread card. This is a sincere wish will be granted. And you know what? The star card, that's also wish granted. Okay? So I say this a lot, guys, for those of you who watch regularly, right, is that a wish doesn't have to be this big, huge, oh, I want to win the lottery. It can be, but it's just normally just a sincere, usually not a huge, huge thing, just something that you really want in your life, you know. I mean, listen, see, I can relate here. Spirit's so funny. So yesterday, I went out and I bought myself a new, very plush robe that I had been wanting forever. Like, I'm talking for years. I wanted this particular robe, and I finally found it. And that's my little wish, right? That was my little wish granted there. So, you know, it doesn't have to be big. And then you have, and I love this, you have the 4-leaf clover card, which is great good fortune. So again, that can be, remember, that could be money, that can be love, that can be just whatever that is for you, because everybody's idea of good fortune is going to be different, right? So you do have great good fortune coming in. Maybe, again, it's this love that's coming. Maybe it's being able to see someone that you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe it is money. Maybe it's a new job. But any way you look at it, great good fortune is going to come in this week. So good news, great good fortune, wish come true. I love this. And I think it's all stemming from this serenity that you're feeling. And I think that was the word that I was trying to use earlier. Finally, Spirit put it out. Serenity, right? And it's such a, I don't even want to leave your energy, guys. I mean, I want to keep talking for, you know, the next hour about it because the energy is so wonderful. However, I'm sure you have things to do. All right. So, Aries, let me know how this resonates with you this week. Put something in the comments. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell that notifies you of when I've uploaded a new video. And I am just so happy for you this week. Live in that serenity, Aries.